So it's like I'm seeing people make so many assumptions about you. They make so many assumptions about you, like they judge a book by its cover, but they don't really know you. They judge you based on the way that you look, or, like your physical features, or the way that you dress, or the way you wear your hair, or, you know, the things that you like. People make so many assumptions about you. Whew, without ever really taking the time to get to know you. It's like they see what they want to see. And I'm seeing that then they become very surprised when they see a side of you that they didn't realize was there. Or it's like they think you're one way and then they get to know you and then they realize, wow, you're really not this. Like, you don't fit into this little box I made for you. You're really all of this. It's like so many people operate on the surface level, kind of superficial. And you are so opposite from that. You have so much depth and so much wisdom. Your emotional IQ is very high. And you have emotional wisdom. I'm seeing you have this, like you feel things really deeply and you like to explore things at a very deep level. And like that doesn't jive with a lot of people. So many people can't be bothered with that. They just like to float on the surface. They don't want to understand why. They don't want to understand themselves. They don't want to make the connections. And that's so opposite from how you are. There's so many different, I'm being shown there's so many different facets to you. You have so many different sides. And they're all beautiful. They're so beautiful. And maybe you had to hide some of this stuff. Maybe you had to protect some of this stuff because of the environments you were in, because of the people you were around, because of all of the dysfunction and the people who wanted to sabotage you, or who secretly resented you, or just wanted to siphon from you, take from you. So maybe you had to protect that from others. Or maybe you only feel comfortable showing that with people who you feel you can relate to. And I feel like this community has we are so much alike. We're more alike than we are different. And I feel like if you really are looking for people who will think deeply about topics, you're gonna find them here in the comment section, because that's what we like to do. We're deep thinkers. And because we're deep thinkers, we're able to see things. We're able to make the connection. We're able to understand things. We like to understand why. And of course, you are an old soul. You have a high level of consciousness. But like I said, it's difficult to find other people that might have the same interests as you, or might offer the type of communication and thought that is stimulating for you. You know what I mean? Maybe you like to read a lot. Maybe the topics that you delve into are, rare topics, or like mystical things. Or just different. Some of the beliefs that you have are different from like the mainstream beliefs out there, because you do see the truth. You do see the truth about things. The veil has been lifted for you. Your third eye's open. It's like you see the reality out there, and you see, it's not pleasant. It's not always pleasant. Of course, there's a lot of beauty in this world, a lot of natural beauty in this world. There are many kind, compassionate, loving people, such as yourself. There are many people operating at a high level of consciousness, but it's almost like we're all in hiding. It's like we all just are keeping to ourselves because of the harshness of the reality out there. And you know, there are many people like waking up to these realities, so to speak, and it's very scary for them. It can be very scary to understand that, you know, the world as you thought it was one way is actually the other way. And I think that there's enough information to keep people teetering on the edge of fear. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if there were, energies that are doing malicious things, sometimes they let you know just enough. They let you know just enough to keep you in a state of fear. And I honestly think that while, like, and this, it's reminding me of conspiracy theories, right? I love conspiracy theories. I love a good one. There's so much truth to it. But I always question, why would these so-called like groups of people who are doing immoral things or operating in low frequencies, why would they let you know that they're doing these things? Why would they kind of make it obvious and known if you're paying attention? And I truly feel it's to keep you in a state of fear and to make you feel helpless, to make you feel like you have no control over it. And I see so many people who are awakened to the truth and aware of things, like drive themselves nuts trying to get other people to see it the way that they see it, because they want change. They want to protect people. They want the truth to come out. They want things to transform into something more loving and peaceful and fair and equal. But when you're getting yourself all worked up and like you're dysregulating your own nervous system in order to get these truths out, you're actually just contributing to the chaos. So it's like you have to live, you have to be the example, you know, like you have to make the choice to live a certain way and just let people wake up on their own, or, you know, kind of nudge them when you can without freaking yourself out about it, without losing sleep over it. You know, like you have to have more trust than you do fear or need to control the situation. Because yeah, a theme coming through is like control is fear-based. I've said this in the past few videos. And so there's almost like a relinquishing of control without relinquishing your truth. Like still standing in truth, but living the way that is in alignment with that truth. Not participating in things that are gonna create chaos and add, you know, like being that supportive, grounding energy to people who are just learning certain truths. I don't know why that's coming up. I guess it ties in. Like you know more than people realize that you know. Or maybe you know more than you actually say that you know. Because you're very wise. And because there's almost like not a need for you to constantly like prove everything that you know, because you don't need to prove to other people. You're proving to yourself, you're proving to God. You and God are one. But yeah, I do notice that people judge you and make a lot of assumptions about you, and then they feel away when either you turn out not to be what they assumed you were, or you just turn out to be much different, much more complex. Maybe you don't give people what they want. They make an assumption about you, and then they assume, they're going to get something from you, and then you don't give it to them, and then they find out more about you, and then they feel a way about it. It happens a lot. But it's not your fault that somebody makes an assumption about you. It's not your fault that somebody is not able to communicate directly with you or to ask the appropriate or right questions. You don't divulge that much. You divulge what's necessary. This is what I'm seeing. And yeah, people they judge you without knowing you. And then when they get to know you, they're like, oh my goodness, like you're so different than what I expected. In a good way. Or maybe if they're not getting what they want, in a not good way, and then they get upset. But that's not on you, You just remain true. I said it before. When you are standing in truth, your truth, you're in alignment with God. God is experiencing through you. So when you remain true to what your morals, your standards, who you are, what your heart desires, when you remain true to that, and you follow like what's moral and right and good, of course you're gonna make mistakes, and you're gonna learn from that. That's part of the experience, right? That's how we grow. God loves that. God loves growing and learning more. God loves attaining more knowledge. It's like when you have a desire, it then pushes you towards having an experience, which then brings you more knowledge. And that is what the evolution is all about. But circling back, people judge you without knowing you. And it could be hurtful, or it may have caused you to really put a guard up until you find the right person. When I do see that you would be willing to open up and share with people that you were, that you felt connected and could really see you at that depth that you operate at. But they're few and far between. But I think this community, you would find many people that would be willing to talk about the things that you like to talk about and go there. Of course, there's always a straggler that comes in that wants to try to elicit shame out of you. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. Before you respond to anybody, zero in on what is the emotion that they're trying to elicit out of you. If they're trying to elicit fear out of you, if they're trying to elicit shame, they're trying to make you feel, wrong about who you are, they're projecting. They're projecting in an unconscious way. They're begging to become aware of their own self, but they're too scared to. That's not your problem. Yeah, so that's the message. You're awesome. You're so special to this world. You are a rare breed. You do work with energies that not many people work with. You have a high frequency, a high state of consciousness, and you continue to grow and expand. And I do see you're in a new space, like a new timeline. And I feel that has to do with the level up you just experienced. Like you shifted. Maybe you're feeling a greater sense of peace or love or greater connection with God, that beautiful connection. Maybe your level of empathy has increased. Your level of understanding has increased. You're so amazing. Keep doing you. Keep being your authentic self, because that's exactly how you transform and evolve. Keep having those experiences. Keep listening to yourself, having those experiences and learning. Attaining knowledge. Maybe you're being called to study something. Why not? I don't want to be like the more you know, because sometimes like the more you know, especially like out in the world, the more you realize there's so much buggery going on. That's my favorite word, by the way. No, it's my favorite cuss word. Not my favorite word, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful day. Keep being your authentic self. It's not your problem if people make assumptions about you. That's on them. You are very thorough, a very deep, and a very wise person. And I love you so much. God loves you so much. We all love you. Your team loves you. The earth loves you. The plants love you. The crystals love you. The animals love you. Kids love you. Because your energy is pure and rare and beautiful. Don't ever forget that. I'll talk to you soon.